Yo, what is up, Crockxen clan members, Poke fans, and others who have stumbled upon this video? I'm SoresanCrockxen, and we have another X and Y episode review for you guys. So today's episode was the Espurr episode. Now, before we get started, just a quick announcement: I will be doing a live stream later tonight. I will post a video when I go live, so I'll also put a link in the description for my Twitch channel if you want to go follow me. That way, you just immediately get a reminder or a thing when I go live. So, anyways, on to the episode. So, like I said, today's episode was the Espurr episode, which I was really looking forward to because I really like Espurr. And when the games were first announced and they actually showed Espurr off, I kind of wanted it. And I wanted it to like its evolution is the first thing that they showed off, which Meowstic. I was like, I want that. And then they showed the pre-evolution. I thought it was adorable. Whoa, excuse me. I thought it was adorable, so I was like, I gotta get that. And so I did. So I was really looking forward to this episode. They went the haunted house way. So they have one in like pretty much every region we've ever been to. We've had a haunted house themed episode. So I was like, but they actually took it a different route this time, and I actually think this is the best way to do it. I honestly think this was the best form of doing the haunted house theme that they've ever done before. So the way the story starts off is the same as before. Rain, they find the house, they go in the house, nobody's there, stuff happens. I like the interactions between. I honestly think that Ash was the one that did the least this episode. Because you had Clement rationalizing everything, which, I mean, we did have that with Silent in Gen 5, but not. I mean, this one makes more sense because Silent wasn't. I mean, he was a connoisseur, but Clement's actually a scientist. He's an inventor. He works with this type of stuff. So for him to try to rationalize everything and be, explaining in science actually makes sense for him because that's his thing. And then there was Serena, who was pretty much like not on purpose, but it was more like an accidental, like freaking everybody out because every time something happened, she tried to, like, you had Clement rationalizing it, and she's like, no, what if it's a ghost, or what if this place is haunted, what if it's like the dead spirit of, like, literally, she just went the other route, which everybody was freaked out. But Bonnie, like I said, I think this was a Bonnie-centered episode, and I actually didn't mind that because I like Bonnie, and I want her to get a push. I want her to be shown more so that we get like personality, and we actually get to see her as her own character and all that stuff. So like she, like in the beginning, she was freaked out with a thunderstorm, but when they were in the house, like she was questioning why these guys were freaking out. And even like there was a part where they were like walking around, they see this giant portrait. They'll freak out, and Bonnie's like, it's just a portrait of an old lady. Like, really, guys? Really? You're scared of but yeah, so that was cool. And then, of course, they have Team Rocket. It's the same thing. They get in the house. This is where I liked it. Like, because in the past, Ash and the gang would meet up with Team Rocket, and then they would be, like, trying to solve everything. No, this time they did the opposite. They did it a separate way because you had all the noise that the gang heard was caused by Team Rocket, and all the noise that Team Rocket heard was caused by the gang. So they were kind of freaking each other out until they realized that there's this they see, or Team Rocket is actually the ones to see Espurr first, and it threw this ball, I mean it was a ball at them. They freak out, so they turn around and run. Then the gang sees Espurr, and Bonnie chases after it. The gang chases after her. Then they did this weird thing where Bonnie, following Espurr, turns a corner, and right after them, the gang shows up, turns the corner, and it's a wall. So what? But anyways, then we have typical, Bonnie's playing with Espurr and the Dane. And then Clement, he actually figures it out. Like, again, he's still trying to rationalize everything, but he finally figured it out. Hey, what if it's a ghost or psychic type? and the thing we saw was a Pokemon. And like, you know what? That makes sense. But why did it keep us here? And they start asking why would it keep them there, all this stuff. And then they run into Team Rocket. They do all this stuff. Like I said, Bonnie was playing with Espurr, and we see the pendant. And Bonnie asked Espurr about the pendant, and then it asks her to follow it. And they go back to the room that has the portrait of the old lady, and starts showing off that the pendant that it has is the same one that the old lady has in the portrait. And then the gang, they're all looking for Bonnie. Team Rocket ran off. So the gang hears Bonnie talking to Espurr. She can't understand what the heck he's saying. The gang gets there. They go in, and they're talking. They're like, I like what they did. The Clement and Bonnie thing. That's the way it's supposed to be. Because Clement runs up to her, gets down. What are you doing, Bonnie? Don't you ever run away like that again. You could see the sincere, the way he was. He was literally a concerned older brother. And he starts saying, don't you ever do that again. You don't know how worried you had us. He was, you could tell there was a lot of concern for his younger sister's safety. And I like that. That is the way it's supposed to be. So I really like that. And then, again, she's like, Espurr's trying to tell me something, but I don't really know what it's saying. And Team Rocket shows up, and Meowth's translating, and we actually get to see this nice back. This is where it gets. This is why I say it's better than before, because in past generations, past regions, anytime there's a haunted house, it's either whatever the Pokemon that's inside, it's bored out of its mind, so it's trying to play pranks on the people that are inside, or it just wants somebody to play with. Espurr had a depressing backstory, which it was a nice change of pace. I actually like this format better. It starts saying how before the old lady that's in the portrait used to live in the house, and then it would take care of Espurr, it would feed it, would play with it, would have a great time, a big blast, and then it would leave and then come back and do the whole process, basically a cycle. And this old lady, she was basically its friend, and she would always wear that pendant. And one day, the old lady, she was kind of fatigued, and she was leaning on the staircase, and then she sits down, and then gives the pendant to Espurr, saying, to take care of it, that it belonged to her husband gave it to her, and it was a very special jewel, it was very special jewelry for her. It was very close to her heart, and that Espurr could come back whenever he wanted, and then it showed Espurr coming back with this nice, beautiful flower. It's gratitude. Goes into the house and can't seem to find the old lady anywhere. And then they did that. I don't remember where I've seen it before, but I have seen it before. Where they did that whole thing where they drop the flower and they just they're all set, and then they're sitting there just depressed. Which it was a nice change of pace, and it's supposed to be sad, and I actually felt bad for Espurr, because the only thing he wanted to do was return the pendant to the old lady, and he can't find her. It can't find her. So the gang, oh, that's so sad. They ruined Team Rocket. Why would no. If they were gonna have Team Rocket have Meowth translating, they might as well try to because Ash and the gang were we're gonna find the old lady. Team Rocket's no, we have figured out the way to do it. We just gotta catch us, and we're out of here. Why would they do that? They have never made Team Rocket. No, it's not gonna work. Nobody wants Team Rocket anymore, and you just made people want them even less. It was such a touchy feeling story, and you're still gonna have them be douchebags, even though they've never done this before. I don't know. But anyway, so they had freaking Pumpkaroo and the Inkay thing attacking Espurr. Espurr was a beast, blasting them away. Then the granddaughter shows up, walks into the house. The house is hers. She walks in. She's they're okay, we gotta figure this out. We're gonna help you find the old lady. She comes in, talking about my grandma, and they do the whole thing. And then apparently the mansion was scheduled for demolition, But now, because of the story, she's gonna be like, nope, nope. We're just gonna remodel it. The portrait is gonna stay where it's at. And then they did. They said something that I don't think. I mean, I don't recall them ever saying it before. But she's like, you want to go to the cemetery to say bye and tell the story to the grandma. I don't think they've ever mentioned the cemetery in Pokemon ever. I don't. Not even back in Lavender Town. I don't recall them ever even mentioning a thing as a cemetery in the anime. So it's weird. I was like, not bad. So yep, that's it for this review. It was nice. I'm not gonna lie. A nice change of pace. Like I said, this is my favorite haunted house themed episode in Pokemon in general. The new spin, and I just love the whole like sad story version than the weird comical one that was getting boring and old. But anyways, guys, that's it for the review. Thank you guys for watching. This has been SoresanCrockxen. Don't forget to check out the live stream later tonight. Like I said, link to my Twitch channel down below. Also, if you haven't seen the episode yet, you'll have like every time there's 2 links down below so you can watch it. And another thing, I will be doing a fairy tale episode review in a bit, so look forward to that. And yeah, leave your thoughts and comments down below. Yeah, just do all whatever you feel like doing. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. This has been SoresanCrockxen, and I'll see you guys later.